This is the second part of the story that I started in the previous episode of my YouTube series, my SAD story. Those of you who didn't watch the previous episode called Paul the Mad Boy, I want to inform you that during my childhood I was really affected with SAD, and it was really severe. And at that time, one teacher at my school gave me the title Paul the Mad Boy, and because of this title I suffered humiliation for 5 straight years in my school life. After I passed the secondary school certificate examination, I got a chance to select a new institution, and instantly I grabbed that chance and I got admitted in a new college. In that college, nobody knew that I was called Paul the Mad Boy in my school, so everybody behaved with me normally, and for the first time in my life I was able to walk under the open sky. I was able to breathe, and this felt so wonderful. But after some times, this freedom, that is this happiness, brought a new emotional trauma in front of me, which had its root in those 4 words, that is Paul the Mad Boy. At college I came to realize how I suffered in my school. I came to realize how grave the injustice was on me, and this thought made me really angry. I was consumed with anger, and after some times later I started to make plans, to make revenge plans. I wanted to see that bastard suffer who made me suffer for 5 years in my school life. I wanted to see some retribution. I wanted to see some punishment. So I started to make plan, and I thought that I will just burst into his home and kill him. This will be his right punishment. After some time I thought, no, I will not shoot him, but I will just cut off his head. This will be his right punishment. After some time I thought, no, I will just make 100 pieces of his body, and this will be his right punishment. Later, sadly, I discovered that if I were given a chance to blow that bastard into 1 billion pieces, still I would not be satisfied, because I wanted to see him suffer, and I wanted to see him get humiliated like I got humiliated for 5 years. And at the same time I discovered with horror that no matter how elaborate my plan is, I was not able to execute it. The reasons were simple. Number 1, I was not a natural born killer, so it was not possible for me to get inside one's house and kill him. And the second reason was I lacked courage. I really lacked courage at that time, and the reason was SAD. A person who is suffering from severe SAD lacks courage so much that he is not able to do good things when in need, let alone do bad things. So I get frustrated on my own inability, and then I look for someone else's help. I started to pray to God day and night, and I wished God will do his justice. God will make that bastard suffer. God will give the right and proper and just punishment to that bastard. But nothing was happening. I was wondering, where is God? Why is he not doing anything? Is he sleeping? Can't he hear my prayer? Why nothing is being done? And after some time I had one doubt in my mind. Does God really exist? And then I started to read various religious books. I also discussed this matter with various people of different religion, but still it did no good. Instead, I found myself caught in a religious debate. Everyone was telling that their God was true, their heaven and hell was true, but when I asked why that true God is not doing anything, they couldn't answer. Instead, some of them told me that It is because I did some grave sin in my past life, that is why I am suffering in this life. And some of them told me that the best thing to do now is to forgive and forget. Now, this forgive and forget theory really pissed me off. I am not a prophet. I am not a saint. I am not that kind of a boy who will present his left cheek if he slapped on his right cheek. I wanted to see some punishment. I wanted to see some revenge. But I could not do that because I was unable to do that, and God was not with me. It seemed like God has deserted me. God does not exist for me. And I got frustrated, and after some times I started to think that maybe they were right. Maybe I did some grave sin in my past life, and that is why I am suffering in this life. And this thought created severe depression in me. I lost almost all interest in my life. I even lost the interest to live. I prayed to God to end this misery so that I don't have to suffer anymore for the past sin that I committed in my past life. I really wished there were a solution that would involve neither God nor me, that will do the trick. I waited and passed all those agonizing years with this severe mental depression and frustration. And finally, I got a solution, and I will talk about the solution in my coming episode.